Hello, I hope you're doing great and you're enjoying your weekend. I'm still in Vietnam. It's a bit too hot outside, so I'm filming this inside. For this episode, I prepared 10 questions, but instead of answering them myself, I asked my partner Gift to answer as if he were me. I believe we spend too much time trying to understand ourselves or who we are, while people closest to us may hold a version that we rarely get to hear. Today is a day. It's not about gift being right or wrong. It is simply me through his eyes. Enjoy!
Okay, let's get into the questions. Question number one. What do I think has changed most about me in the last year? Um, I can mention a lot of things on top of my head, but I think you would say that I guess the way you're thinking about self-care, prioritizing your health, I think that's been the biggest change I would say you that has happened for the past year. After everything that you went through with the jobs and stuff like that, there was a shift in there where you started prioritizing how you feel emotionally and physically, whereas before you didn't, you know. So I think that shift happened after your last job. Um, so I think you would, yeah, I think you would say that. Although there are many things have changed so far, but I think this one has been the biggest one so far because it tied into a lot of things. The way you were doing things before and how you were doing things now is healthier now. So just having that healthy mindset, yeah, physically and emotionally, you are striving towards that. So I think that's the biggest change that has happened in the past year. Okay, question number two. What do I need in my life to feel truly fulfilled? Um, I think you would say to have a sense of purpose. I think you feel truly fulfilled if you have a sense of purpose. Just to be creative and the freedom to pursue that purpose and seeing that into fruition, I guess. I think that would make you feel fulfilled, in my opinion. Number three, question number three. Would I ultimately choose stability or freedom? Huh. Um, so this question, I think, it's a tough one to answer because it goes hand in hand. I think you choose freedom. Um, the main reason is, well, and since I've known you, really, you just want, you know, um, being free has always been like your thing, you know. You always wanted to do whatever you want, to go out there, and discover the world and yourself. So I think that's freedom. I think if it was more stability, I mean that is also important, but I don't think that's the thing that you would choose. So yeah, freedom, I think that's what you would choose. Okay, question number 4. What would I change first about my life right now? Ooh. Um oh, that's a tough one. I would say the way you think about yourself. That's the first thing that you would change. What I mean by that, just to have a positive image of yourself. I think that's the first thing that you would change. Although I can think of other things that I think you would say, but I think this one is the most, or the first thing that you would change about your life. You know, just having a positive image and mindset, which is what you're striving towards at the moment. But if that opportunity was about now, yeah, I think you would choose that. Okay, so question number 5. What do I care about more than I admit? What do I think you'd say about this? What do I care more about more? Oh, wait. What do I care about more than I admit? Okay, I think I read that question wrong, but what do I care more? Or what do I care about more than I think? No, I think it's you can edit this part. What do I care about more than I admit? Um, I think this one is quite tough. Let me see. What do I care about more than I admit? I think you would say actually this one I think is really tough because it depends on a lot of things. Mainly, yeah, I think you would say, it depends who you're talking to. You're talking about, like, are you trying to admit to yourself or to other people? If to other people, then there's a lot of things I think actually, I think I got it. I think you care more about your what other people think of you more than you admit to yourself that you care about it. Because I know for sure that for example, I don't know, we want to just go to the store downstairs, or a minute from here, or just outside. You want to look presentable. You're gonna get dressed up, and it's gonna take maybe 30 minutes or an hour, whatever. Even though it's downstairs, you just can't go outside in your normal clothes. So I think you care more about what other people think of you than you admit that you care about that. Does that make sense? I think so. If not, then yeah, I can clarify. Okay, that was a tough one. He was a thinker. Question number 6. What is the biggest dream I still take seriously? To look good, to have a really good physique. I think that's I don't know, would I call that a dream? Yeah, I'll say yeah. Your dream to be in good shape. Uh, as far as I remember, anyway, you are consistent with that. You know, hasn't been a day where you skipped doing exercises. Doing yoga, Pilates, just to be in good shape. You know, yeah, I think you take that seriously, and yeah, even to this day. So, yeah, that's what I think. That's what you would say. Okay, let's move on to question number 7. Where do I imagine myself living 3 years from now? Uh, this one is a tricky one also. But exactly where? I think it depends. It depends on a lot of things, I think. Because now we don't have like a place, you know, that we can call home, I guess, or our home, since we're always moving. But where you would imagine yourself living 3 years from now? Ooh. There's 3 countries that are coming to my mind. you know, if we were in Europe, then I would say Spain. If we're in Asia, it's either Japan or South Korea. So I think it depends. Um, 3 years from now, I don't think you know as yourself. I don't think you would know this one. Uh, yeah, I'll go with Spain. Uh, if we're in Europe, and if we're in Asia, I would say Japan over Korea. Okay. Question number 8. What do I wish other people understood about me? This is also a tough one. I think you would wish other people to understand about you. Oh, that's tough. I think I'm overthinking about a lot of things right now. So I think I'm complicating everything. I think I'm complicating it. I'm overthinking it. So what would you say to this question? That you need your own space? That you prioritize your own space or having your own space? Um, yeah, I think that having your own space where you can be free and do whatever you want, and people, I think you would wish that people understood that, I guess in that way, so they can respect that, and leave you alone for a bit. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. You still do, but you need your own space. I think I wish other people understood about, understand that about you. I think that's what you would say. Okay. Question number 9. What would I do tomorrow if money were no issue? What would I do tomorrow if money were no issue? Hmm. What would I do tomorrow if money were no issue? Probably go shopping. I think I think you would go shopping. Uh, but not seriously. I think if money were no issue, tomorrow you would kick off your business. That's what I think. Yeah, if money were no issue, tomorrow I think you would start your business. Getting that prototype and stuff like that and everything all sorted. Yeah, I think you would do that at the moment. And I think that's what you would say. Question number 10, the last one. What do I think I will regret if I never do it? Starting your own business. I think that's what I would say, yeah. Fulfilling your dream of having your own business. Not going after that dream and fulfilling it. I think you'll regret that if you don't do it. And I think that's what I think that's what you would say. Okay, so that was all the questions. Um, thank you for listening. And yeah,
Thank you, my love, for giving me your version of how you think I would answer those questions. I was pleasantly surprised by how observant you were. Um, I would have answered almost all of them in a very similar way. There were probably only two where my answer would be slightly different. One of them is my biggest dream is still to build my own business, but I also understand why you mentioned wanting to look a certain way and to be in shape. I do talk about it a lot, and you also see me exercising, doing skincare, and noticing when I don't feel my best. It might sound superficial, but when I look my best, I also feel my best. And it is not just about appearance itself, it is more about feeling really strong, healthy, and comfortable. I do believe that with that comes a certain level of confidence that is hard to recreate. Your answer about what I wish people understood about me was really on point. I do value having my own space. And as you said, that doesn't mean I just want to cut people off and not talk to anyone. Obviously, I still miss my family and the people I love when I'm traveling. But it is also true that I benefit a lot from having time alone with my own thoughts and ideas. It really does help me understand myself and reconnect with what I actually want without that outside interference. And yeah, it also gives me new perspective and it definitely helps me grow. And when it comes to where I see myself living, I guess I wouldn't mention one specific country, but I also understand why you would choose the ones you mentioned. Um Nowadays, I think it is more about just finding a place where I feel safe, where I can continue developing as a person, and where I feel mentally and physically strong. So, I guess to answer my own hook, the answer is yes, I did recognize myself a lot in your answers, probably more than I expected to. Thank you again, my love, for doing this. You were you, goofy, and you made me laugh as well. And thank you for listening, and thank you for being here this week. I hope you have a lovely week. If you like this episode, please subscribe and see you next week. Bye bye.